What's going on now is many people that oppose the Employee Free Choice Act are making an argument that we did hear way back in the 1930s. And that argument is, oh, unions are bad for the economy. The worst thing you can do now in a bad recession is to have unions. And in fact, the historical evidence is completely the opposite. The evidence from the 1930s is one of the reasons we passed the Wagner Act was to allow workers the freedom to choose a union, because many of the economists that worked for Franklin Roosevelt realized that a union actually helps an economy get out of a deep recession. Because what a union does is it puts a kind of floor under wages. It says to employers, you need to pay people a living wage. Because we always have to remember that workers are also consumers. In fact, that's an argument that's even older than the New Deal. That goes all the way back to the 19th century. Almost, you can go back to the Civil War and find workers making that argument, that we are not only workers, we're consumers. And when you pay a worker a living wage, they go and spend that money, and then when they spend that money, it's good for the economy. So the idea of beating unions down, which in turn drives wages down, is actually the worst thing you can do for a recession, because what you're trying to do in a recession is get people to spend a living wage. And if you don't pay them a living wage, they can't spend a living wage, so you can't get out of your recession.